first half between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. First of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Let's go, baby.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Off the play fake, here's Newman. He finds his man, complete. It's Ellis. Ooh, the juke. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Newman. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Ellis. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Play action. Now Newman. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Thomas. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Going to give this time to the tailback. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second and 16. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got this down to the 35. 43 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
First down, Miami.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Thomas will look to throw. He'll get this to Ward. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shut that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Play action, Newman. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. To throw is Thomas. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Newman. He's got it. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Newman looking to throw it. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Newman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. To throw on 3rd down, Williamson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Williamson gets by him, and now a little daylight. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Raiders 14, Dolphins 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Newman again. He finds his man, complete. It's Parsons. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there for the Raiders.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Newman's throw there complete to Ruggs. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now Newman. He finds his man, complete. It's Ellis. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Newman. Touchdown! A great play there with a 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they've wanted to attack.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. To throw on 2nd down, Williamson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Williamson. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
He's going to look deep here for Ward. And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Throwing on first down, Williamson. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Williamson. That's complete to Ward. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to... And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Williamson under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Williamson over the middle and complete to Waddle. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's fourth down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Parsons. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Newman on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
Come on now, let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
To throw on second down, Williamson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
On first and 10, Williamson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. Looking to throw. Williamson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down at the 10. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they go play action now. Newman. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. You don't want nothing, you don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Now it's Newman. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Williamson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll go with a keeper. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. Now Brian Flores going to leave the offense out there to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Dolphins
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. They go play action with Newman. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Newman. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st down, Williamson. And his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Back to throw. Williamson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Hands it off out of the gun. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Williamson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead and the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position, and even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ellis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. On 1st down, Ellis. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Here's Newman to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Raiders. What a great play there. 31 yards. And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Now a throw here to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing on first down. Williamson able to get away. His throw incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He'll try again with the arm. And the Raiders have got him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Now Thomas. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 13, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Newman. And he will find his man Ruggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Play action. Now Newman. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Third and 20, and no surprise, the defense in the dime. Off the play fake, here's Newman. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long.